Okay guys, so obviously when you get stuck, immediately stop, because your chances of a recovery is going to be much quicker the sooner you stop. And tire pressures are of cardinal importance. That a word?
That's the word.
Okay, so we've stopped, we've just gotten here, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to deflate our tires. And this is something you need to do pretty much when you handle every sort of overlanding terrain. When it comes to deflation, you can do it the hard way or the easy way. Hard way by just putting a little stick or a little rock and you deflate your tires. Having a decent tire gauge in your vehicle is always a great idea to double check tire pressures. Today we're going to use this thing. It's called an Indeflate. You use this to deflate and you also use it to inflate. So we use this to inflate 2 tires at a time and also to deflate 2 tires at a time. And I'm just going to hook it up and then we can start. So this thing has got a little slider. Push it up, starts to deflate. Push it back down, it shows you the pressure. So first of all, it equalizes the pressure in both tires. And you can sort of, you'll see that when you start, it's little. And it gets, so you can also do just a very little bit. If you want to enjoy a cool drink, otherwise you do it fast.
You know, it's quite difficult to make hard and fast rules about tire deflation.
And I'm guessing it's also got to do with the type of tire you have.
Well, that's, yeah, so you can't really make any solid statements about tire pressure because it depends on the weight of your vehicle, how fast you're going to be driving, the strength of your tires, the terrain that you're on. So you got to really experiment around and check, you know, how your tires can handle different tire pressures. If your vehicle's heavily laden, you obviously can't go as low as a vehicle that's a lot lighter.
When your wheel is not bogged in, it's always nice to have a look at your tire because it's always easy to gauge by looking at it.
Yeah.
Because you can see it's got now a nice, it's got a nice bow, it's elongated, it's not going to just pop off the rim, and then you sort of gauge the other tires accordingly. And if you know you always need to be at about a bar, do the front first, because the front, I'm guessing, is always the same weight. And then you do the back, because if you're heavily laden, you should be slightly harder. But then you can gauge it by what it looks like.
So the mistake most people make, I think, with tire pressures is they choose convenience over what should be done. So they look at a stretch of sand, maybe they're like 5 Ks out from their accommodation, and or they see gravel and stuff, and they're like, well, I'm just going to run normal tire pressures because I don't feel like re-inflating just for this tiny stretch. And that's generally where they get stuck or they go wrong.
I agree.
So when it comes to tire deflation and inflation, it's all about convenience. If your compressor's in an ammo box and the roof of your car is strapped down, you're going to be less inclined to pull it out and deflate and reinflate than you are if it's wired into your car.
Yeah, and not only that, you know, don't you think if you don't deflate, you almost, you know, I don't want to say the word, but you're selfish. Because you are, strictly speaking, buggering up the road for the next guy coming past. You're stuffing up a decent road, which in theory everybody can very easily drive. And because you don't want to spend the, I don't know, 2 minutes deflating it and 5 minutes pumping it back up, you're ruining the road for everybody.
Yeah, true.
So look at how convenient this thing is. It also, the new ones comes with a little bracket. So you can just clip it onto everything. But you clip it on, you clip it in, and you can, your hands are free. You're not in the sand, in the mud, next to the road where cars are coming past.
You're not bending down with old knees.
Yeah, it's safe, it's comfortable. Good piece of kit. Now, a good compressor, a good tire gauge, and a spade. That's what you need. You know, if you walk into Safari Centre, Cape Town, the first thing you're going to fall over in the shop is a bunch of compressors. Then it's going to be a bunch of deflators. And then it's going to be a bunch of decent gauges. And then you're going to trip over some spades. Because 9 out of 10 times, if something happens, you just adjust your tire pressure and you're going to be 100%. You're going to carry on. Not everybody goes 4x4ing and dune bashing and all the rest. Most of us are family people. We go camping and overlanding, and we just want to be where, you know, nature is and where nature starts. We want to be in nature. And then tire pressure is important. And, you know, by adjusting your tire pressure, you're also taking a lot of strain off of your car. If you're driving a bad dirt road with corrugations, things aren't flying everywhere, falling off, you know, you're in control, you're comfortable. Okay, that's it, guys. A bar, front and back. Let's see what happens.
I'll take this back. You can carry on.
Thank you. Yeah, so what we've done is we've now deflated. We've increased our footprint of this vehicle on the sand, which means we've effectively made the car lighter, which means now we're going to drive on top of the sand and not through the sand anymore. So we're going to use, hopefully, a lot less fuel. We're hopefully not going to get stuck. And it's going to be much more fun. So I'm not going to do anything. Generally speaking, I would turn the wheel straight. But I'm just going to climb in and go.